Hey man, it's your boy TJ, man. We got another video, man. We got 10 recent NFL draft busts. We got one last chance in 2025.
Unfortunately, teams can't wait around forever.
This is his chance.
Oh yeah,
And he's got to do it. And not just this season, this offseason, Anthony Richardson has to come in and take
him
quarterback
and the coach gotta go for it. Just Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson, the coach gotta go too. The coach ass, man. He ain't got nobody but JT.
So with that said, now we dive into 10 recent NFL draft busts who have one last chance to save their careers in 2025.
JT need to get up out of Indy, though.
Richardson was considered the ultimate boom or bust quarterback prospect when the Indianapolis Colts drafted him 3rd overall in 2023. Fast forward 2 years later,
I ain't
and
gonna lie,
he can only be labeled as a Big Ten bust. Richardson was limited to 4 games in his rookie year because of various injuries. But there were some flashes and highlight reel plays suggesting that Indy had its guy. But the Florida product had a disastrous sophomore year, during which he admitted to missing a play because he was tired. He missed 2 games due to injury and was benched in favor of veteran Joe Flacco. In 11 games, Richardson completed a horrid 47.7% of pass attempts for 1,814 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions.
Damn.
He never had a 300-yard game and only eclipsed 200 yards passing in 3 of his 11 games. So anyway, it's officially now or never time for Richardson.
But I really don't feel like it's Richardson's fault. I feel like they ain't build enough around him. Like, who coach really got, though? Yeah, you got Jonathan Taylor, your O-line ain't the greatest. But you got Alex Pierre, but you got, like, you barely got, like,
Fields. Look, we know the New York Jets just handed Fields a 2-year deal worth $40 million in free agency, but if he doesn't perform well in year 1 of his deal, the Jets are not going to hesitate to cut him and restart at QB.
Yeah, Fields, Fields time to show out. But I really feel like he's going to show out.
The number 11 pick of the 2021 NFL Draft was stuck on a lousy Chicago Bears team for his first 3 seasons, so you can't fault Fields too much for what has been an underwhelming start to his career. But the fact is, this is a QB with a 10-28-0.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie though. Like, I really thought the Steelers were gonna keep Fields though, because when Fields got his opportunity when Russ was hurt, Fields was doing straight though. They won some games with Fields. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I thought Wilson was going. I'm like, oh yeah, they finna keep Fields. They let Fields go too. I was surprised by that though. I thought Steelers were gonna stay, but Fields should be straight. Jets got some weapons though.
He has a lackluster 83.9 passer rating and has only averaged 155.6 passing yards per game. If Fields wasn't so explosive with his legs, he would not be in the NFL right now.
Yeah, that's
Fields
true
looked
though.
solid in his 1-year stint with the Pittsburgh Steelers before Russell Wilson returned from injury, going 4-2-0 with 5 touchdowns and just 1 interception. Fields turned that into a $40 million deal from the Jets. Fields will have a solid set of weapons in Garrett Wilson,
Breece Hall,
Mason Taylor, and a potential top 10 defense.
That defense,
if Fields can assemble a solid campaign on the retooling Jets, great. He'll have proven that he just needed the right team to come along to hit his potential. But if not, well, the Jets will cut or trade Fields next year, and he'll just have to accept it.
I ain't gonna lie, I hope Fields do good though, but at the same time, though, we in the same division, nigga. Jets, nigga, do bad, nigga. But for real, I really want to see him do good, though. But we in the same division, though, you feel me? So I kind of don't want to see you do good, but damn.
Career as a backup. Kayvon Thibodeaux. There was a time ahead of the 2022 NFL Draft where Thibodeaux was considered the early frontrunner to go 1st overall. However, questions about Thibodeaux's work ethic and effort arose before the draft, and he wound up slipping to the New York Giants at number 5 overall. Sure enough, Thibodeaux's first 3 seasons have been a bit of a mixed bag. He showed signs of breaking out as a sophomore in 2023 after recording 11.5 sacks, 4 pass breakups, and 3 forced fumbles. But Thibodeaux had a lackluster 2024 season, tallying just 5.5 sacks. They already have Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns in the front 7.
And you got
Blue just drafted Campus Penn State product Abdul Carter. The Giants can get by without Thibodeaux if he doesn't pick it up in 2025.
And Giants got some offensive pieces too. They really just needed a quarterback. That was the problem.
Speaking of Giants 2022 first-round picks, Neal was also once considered a potential candidate to go 1st overall in the Week 2022 draft. So it felt like a mega win for the Giants when they got Thibodeaux and Evan Neal at number 5 and number 7 overall, respectively. Injuries have, unfortunately, limited the Alabama product to 29 total games over his first 3 seasons.
Evan Neal,
but when he has been on the field, Neal has been a liability on the Giants' already terrible offensive line. He finished with a mediocre 61.2 PFF grade in 2024, allowing 6 sacks and 2 penalties on just 314 pass blocking snaps. His 49.6 pass blocking grade ranked outside the top 100 for tackles, too. New York declined Neal's 5th-year option, so 2025 is the make-or-break year for him. There's just no other way to put it. Greg Newsome II.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, you really could have blamed Daniel Jones. Yeah, you could blame him, did some stupid stuff too, but man, running for his life half of the time, dude, fam. That old line was bad.
NFL seasons can best be described as
some Giants game, but that old line.
After decent rookie and sophomore seasons, the Cleveland Browns' 2021 first-round pick showed
boy
signs of reaching stardom in
underrated
2023. So the Browns picked up the 5th-year option on Newsome's rookie deal. But you know, they probably wouldn't have done so if they knew the 2024 season that he had in store. He finished with a terrible 52.2 PFF grade, ranked 177th among all quarterbacks, including a woeful 54.0 coverage grade. So, which version of Greg Newsome will the Browns get in 2025? If it's closer to what we saw in 2024, then man, adios amigo, Trevor Penning.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
The New Orleans Saints traded up
the New Orleans Saints
weeks before
I
the draft,
Saints gonna be the worst team in the league. I'm calling it now. They're gonna be the worst team in the league.
With the 19th pick, they selected hulking Northern Iowa offensive lineman Trevor Penning. However, Penning's career has been nothing short of a letdown up to this point. He missed all but 6 games in his rookie season and was used as a rotational
who is our
GM? Playing just 36% of New Orleans offensive
snaps. I don't know who Saints
Penning was a
GM
full-time
is,
starter in 2024, but he committed 13 penalties and allowed 5 sacks per PFF. Penning also finished with a mediocre 60.2 grade, ranking 75th among all offensive tackles. New Orleans has used its last 2 first-round picks on offensive linemen Talisa Fuaga and Kelvin Banks Jr. in 2024.
Yeah, Kelvin Banks, that's a good pick. Kelvin Banks gonna be a dog for real.
Penning is officially unnoticed.
Banks gonna be something.
Anything less than a real breakout season will mark the end of his tenure in New Orleans. Quay Walker. The Green Bay Packers surprised many by doubling down on defense with their pair of first-round picks in the 2022 draft, taking Georgia linebacker Quay Walker and defensive tackle Devontae Wyatt at number 22 and number 28 respectively. While Wyatt has slowly started to come along as a quality pass rusher, Walker has been a big-time disappointment through his first 3 seasons. He was supposed to be a do-it-all menace across the field, but Walker has just 6.5 sacks, 12 pass breakups, 3 forced fumbles, and 1 interception. The Packers picked up Wyatt's 5th-year option and declined Walker's. Green Bay already has one of the league's deepest front sevens, so moving on from Walker will be an easy call if he has another disappointing campaign.
The Green Bay straight. The one thing I have to say about Green Bay though, Green Bay always gonna find him a quarterback. I swear to God, Green Bay always gonna find him a quarterback like J Love. Knew he was gonna be like that. He been sitting behind Rodgers for some few years.
The Houston Texans hit the jackpot with their first selection in the 2022 NFL Draft when they took future superstar cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. at number 3 overall. But man, oh man,
that's that
did
real
they ever swing and miss for a strikeout on the Kenyon Green pick at number 15 overall. C.J. Stroud's first 2 NFL seasons were nothing short of impressive considering how helpless his pass protection was.
His second,
Take 2024 Kenyon Green, for example, a 38.6 PFF grade that ranked 132nd.
He still did good, but not his first year. His first year, that was
7 penalties, 5 sacks allowed. Yeah, absolutely pathetic. After 3 awful years in Houston, Green was traded to the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson, with the club swapping late-round picks as well. And so, Green now goes to a team that has turned out one of the...
I don't know why they traded C.J. I mean, they had some... I don't know, fam. I didn't expect C.J. to get traded, but... he got traded. That's crazy, though, but... I don't know, for a backup guard, too. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get it, but... the Eagles still stacked, though, but I thought they would keep CJ
for over a decade. That includes the league's best defensive tackle tandem of Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson, and Pro Bowl center Cam Jurgens. If the Eagles of all teams can't get the most out of Green, then we say farewell. He will never get another look as a starter, especially considering that he has been well below average up to this point. Kenny Pickett. Pickett was the only quarterback taken in round 1 of the 2022 NFL Draft, going 28th overall to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
But he got traded because that slide. I'm telling you, without that slide, he wouldn't got traded.
Over his 2
I mean, he wouldn't got jabbed. That's it.
Playing musical chairs at quarterback with Mitch Trubisky and Mason Rudolph. Pickett had 13 touchdowns against as many interceptions in 25 games with the Steelers, bottoming out with a woeful 78.8 passer rating. The Steelers gave up on Pickett and traded him to the Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but like the Steelers, but y'all being ungrateful talking about we don't want Aaron. Y'all need Aaron, nigga. Y'all ain't see y'all quarterback room before Aaron? Y'all got Mason Rudolph, quarterback one, and Will Howard improving himself in the league. Yeah. Come on, fam. Y'all had the worst QB room in the league, and y'all got the nerve to be ungrateful? Come on, man.
The Eagles in the 2024 offseason.
Rodgers, the best offseason I could
won a Super Bowl 59 ring before getting traded to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for fellow QB Dorian Thompson-Robinson and a 5th-round pick. Pickett joins the Browns QB room with Joe Flacco and rookies Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel.
QB1,
Deshaun Watson expected to miss most, if not all, of 2025 with a torn Achilles. Flacco is the early favorite to be the Week 1 starter, but he is a 40-year-old journeyman. He'll get a handful of starts before Kevin Stefanski inevitably turns to Pickett, assuming Sanders and Gabriel don't look ready for primetime. And we know that the Browns are rebuilding, but Pickett at least gets to work with a 2-time Coach of the Year and star wide receiver Jerry Jeudy, plus a strong offensive line in front of him. If Pickett can at least improve in 2025, then the Browns or another team will certainly give him an extended look in 2026. But if Pickett gets lots of action and flops again, that'll be it for his chances to be a regular starting QB in this league. Treylon Burks. And a move that led to the beginning of the end
I can't
the special thing Mike Vrabel had built in
Y'all
Music
thought
City.
they were going to be the next AJ. Y'all traded AJ going
to the
dumb.
Philadelphia Eagles at the 2022 NFL Draft. In return, the Titans got 1st and 3rd round picks from Philly. They used the number 18 pick obtained in the trade on Arkansas wideout Treylon Burks, believing that he could quickly step in and replace Brown's talents. But man, everything about Burks' career has been a disappointment up to this point. Injuries have limited him to 27 total games up to this point, with Burks recording only 53 receptions for 699 yards and a single touchdown. Burks has just a single 100-yard game under his belt.
Well, I know y'all regret that trade, boy.
3 years since his last touchdown.
3 years,
Calvin Ridley took
that's
over as the
crazy.
number 1 receiver last year, and free agent pickup Tyler Lockett should get plenty of targets as well.
Boy,
The Titans just don't need Burks at this point.
Yeah,
and the decision to decline his 5th-year option indicates that they're ready to move on if he doesn't break through in 2025. Not only is Burks fighting for his future in Tennessee, but he's also very likely fighting for his NFL career. So, another completely unproductive year to take him out of the NFL
I never forgot about this.
Hey, which other recent NFL draft busts have one last chance here in 2025? Were there any notable names that we may have missed? Let us know in the comment section below.
I ain't gonna lie though, like that shit crazy though. Like all the buzz, I ain't gonna lie, Treylon Burks, I done forgot about that, but I don't know why y'all did that. Y'all thought he was gonna be the next AJ, next Hootie or whatever. But that's the biggest buzz, but I ain't gonna lie. Kenny Pickett, I ain't gonna lie, the Browns, what the Browns should do, I ain't gonna lie, the Browns should start Joe Flacco, sit Shedeur, and Dylan Gabriel, cut Pickett, because you drafted Dylan Gabriel 3rd round, so you gonna keep him. You draft Shedeur. Pickett ain't cool shit, so you should might as well cut Pickett. That's my opinion, dude. But yeah, man, that's the end of that video. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and I'm on.